Hey everybody, Nick Blazer here with another Play and Explain video from the StreamChamps tournament where I am 3-0 currently. This is my 4th round match against Birkle. I just jumped on his channel. He's live streaming this to kind of talk before the match, so make sure you go over there and check out that stream too. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to play a 7-point match and I'm going to talk about my thinking during it. And yeah, it's just a cool, fun tournament that we've been doing with everyone. So, oh, I gotta set myself as tournament ready probably. We'll do that. But yeah, I don't think there's there's no prize up top or anything. We're just kind of doing it for fun and it's a reason to make videos for y'all. So I hope you're enjoying it. I was talking to him about my book, about I don't know if I'll ever finish it or not. I'm starting a new job soon. I haven't worked on it in a little while. I've been kind of more focused on that hunt and other things in life. So yeah, we'll see. I'm getting close to having all the third role positions actually imaged and in a document. And then all I have to do is write, which should be the easy piece after that. All right, I get to anchor past his deep point. So I think I already have, even though like the race isn't a clear advantage, I think this is like positionally just a little stronger since he doesn't have the anchor. I've kind of thrown away 2 of his checkers. They're like out of play in a way back there. And when I have an anchor, he needs an anchor too. So I love the idea to split. I guess you could think about playing down to the 11 with it too, but with a close race, I don't think I want to give my opponent an opportunity to hit and run. I think because the race is close, I need to go for this, and I can reduce shots by hitting on the ace. I don't love to play for contact with this made 2-point. He does technically have a better board, you know, but usually we would play the 3 with this because it communicates and I get to make a better point more often and it's worth the risk. This is quite a few more shots though, and how bad is it to just do this? I'm just hoping to... So when I do this, I'm hoping that he enters high and ends up in a mutual holding game with a little bit worse race. I don't know if that's his commanding, though. I think I'll just run out of timing, so I think I'll go for the pure play. I'm not really sure about that one. A lot of shots that I left, though. Direct 4s and a few indirect 3s. And indirect 4s, of course. Interesting 6. The 2s are duplicated. Seems reasonable. I can make the point twice, or I can play down as a builder and strip my midpoint and not really have much threat of hitting this checker. It feels a little strange, but it feels better to have the builder, yeah. I don't know. I really, like, this feels like it could be an exceptional position where 8-4 is okay, but, like, it really is a dillied builder. It's tough to, I'm not in a big hurry to make the 3 or the 2 point in this position. So I'm not terribly likely to use it. I'd way rather use my aces to make the 5 point next and things like that. Ahead a little bit. Nothing plays particularly easy or safe here that I'm seeing. So I think I can just make a constructive play and give up my midpoint. Easier to give up the midpoint when you have an advanced anchor. And the indirects, I'm going to get a shot out here too. Even the aces are not that often going to cover as well, so it's a nice time to leave a shot. All right, he just covers. I have a small racing lead. I don't think, I mean, this feels pretty strong. I think I lose my market a lot of the time when I make the 5 point, but maybe not by that much. And he can still step up to the edge and have a pretty good position. I don't make the 5 that often. When I don't, his game is pretty strong. Just escaping to the outfield is enough to have a race. So it's not like I get like multiple shots of this. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused. My instinct is to, like speed gammon, I would just roll this already. But I feel like it must be close. I feel like it must be close because we kind of have the one-way game plan where I can get into something commanding and lose my market, but there's not a lot he can do. I'll always have a 20-point anchor game at worst and should be like fairly even in this game. So maybe the market losers based on that are enough. But when I make the 5, he still has some counterplay against his 20. So I think the reason that I want to roll here is because I think it's still nice to claim even after I have a new, like, I don't think I lose my market by so much. So the quality of the market losers matters too. I think I'm going to go for the little bit better distribution here, even though I'd like to be further back to prevent more running numbers. Okay, so we have a fairly normal sequence, and I'm happy not to have sent the cube here, right? Hoping to hit with an ace, I guess. The 6 is not so easy. I don't think I can afford to come off the anchor yet. This is awkward. I guess I'll just play with the same number of blot, or just one blot. But yeah, it feels early to leave the 20 point. Then if I get hit, I just lose this game is what it feels like. This feels good. I have numbers to cover, numbers to make a 5 prime. Some of them are duplicated with this, so big numbers are not so great. 6s. 5s and 4s cover. 3, 2, 1 combos. Hit, yeah. I think he can get away with playing down to the bar point. Just looking at like the duplication actually feels pretty strong here. But when I hit, I don't think it's that strong. I still only have a 2-point board. I don't think I'm going to hit that often. I think I have basically the same threat here, where I'm hoping to... Ooh, I can hit and cover here. I guess I have to try that. I could also... This is confusing. This must be good to send a second checker back, but I am very tempted to just play like this, and when my opponent doesn't roll a 2, I think I just kind of win. But I think I'll go like this. More gammons, and maybe there's still work to do the other way too. All right, so now he can still come in on the 5 and anchor. Okay, so the question really, I think he would pass this if I sent it. Do I want to take a roll here? What am I worried about happening? I'm worried about him anchoring up, but I don't think it's... I think I can roll here. I think I got too good here. 3-6 can make it to here. I can play from the back. I think I like having the 6s to make a point and more coverage out here. Closer to escaping with both too. Okay, I get hit back. So this is interesting now. Like, of course, this can happen some... Do I still have a cube here? I mean, 7s are going to lose my market for sure. Right? Maybe. Maybe not. And if I just run out and get away with that, that could be good enough. He's in a scary spot. I think I want to cube it. I mean, I can fan sometimes, and maybe that's enough to just take easily no matter what. But even when I fan, he's got not a very pure board, and he still has work to do to escape like a gapped 5 prime here too. So it looks pretty scary to me. Man, I feel rusty talking about this stuff though. I feel like I don't actually know where I am with the cube in a lot of these positions. They're tricky. Okay, he lets it go. It seems reasonable. Good start for me. If he was able to let that go, though, then I should feel pretty good about my play on, I think. We'll go for the distribution 5 here. I mean, I give a lot of shots to neutralize the race, and it's also just nice to even out this stack of 5 with the 3 and make it 4 and 4 instead in the early game. So you really like 1-5 like that. Wow, okay, that's a really bad fan for him. I don't think even at normal score, or any score really, this is enough to cube, though. Sorry, at like trailing ones, of course. But okay. This is one of these confusing ones where I could make the anchor, but then I have to ruin my distribution playing down, and I'm well ahead in the race. So it could just be better to just escape a checker and play 1 back to 3 back. I think I'm going to do that. It always feels a little bit like suspect to pass up a 20-point anchor and just leave this guy stranded instead. But I just don't think this far ahead in the race and with more checkers back that I really want to play an anchor game. I'm going to have a problem of escaping soon anyway. All right, slotting seems reasonable when he's already in a big checkers back in race deficit. Might as well play pure. 5s doesn't do a whole lot for me. I think I want to keep the distribution back here and just really focused on escaping that 24-point checker now. 4-2 gets to cover the 5-point. He's going to make the 4 instead. Interesting. I think I would just take the better point. I don't think... Like, without any other option, we like the slot, but I don't think that means we want to leave it slotted instead of making it, you know? I think it's still nicer to play safely and have opportunities at naturally making points without giving up the shot leaving numbers. So when you have a better option, you don't necessarily want to slot. And this just looks better to me, like a better option to me. It's a better point for sure. Let's see. Aces is pretty good. Make the 5 point. I think the prime is fine. I don't think switching to 3 to 2 accomplishes all that much. Now I have a pretty big command of this position. Yeah, I think cube's coming, and I don't know what he's going to want to do. I still have work to do to escape my back checker and fill in the 4 point. Until I do that, he's got like pretty good winning chances from his 23 game. But maybe just getting to the outfield is enough. It's possible that I've lost my market already. Oh, shoot. I meant to double, but I clicked roll instead. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I think it's not likely to change too much there, so probably not a huge error necessarily. So now I almost feel like I'm like too good. I guess if I don't roll a 6, then he has some game. He doesn't have any timing for it anyway. So does he really? I still have work to do. I don't know. I'm just going to keep it now. Men 2 last roll. What can you do? This is nice. I feel like I care less about the PR and stuff like that in these two, just because I've been playing less and not studying and I'm not trying to like accomplish anything there. So it's kind of fun to have like bonehead mistakes show up every now and then. Figure out what to do from there. Usually after we hit from the 8, we like to reinforce from the midpoint. Splitting with it could be fine though too. 4-3 can hit or anchor. Hitting tends to be better. I think I want to enter high and clean up to the 8. What would my other option be? To enter low and tempo? Yeah, I don't really want to give him his full roll with this racing deficit to attack me on the 20 either. It's kind of looks like... I feel like I need a tempo here. Even this just feels like an overplay a little bit, but... I don't know. All right, breaking the 8 to hit seems pretty weak. And having an anchor seems pretty strong. So I guess I'll do that. I think the WBIF individual championship starts up soon too. So I got to be a little less rusty. So it'll be good practice to keep me in shape, I guess. To keep thinking about cube decisions and things like that. 4-2, I think I'm just going to start improving my board. I'm not in a hurry to cover the ace yet. I think I want to focus on pure points of this big of a deficit. I think I have good enough timing to sit on this ace-4 game for now, too. Now I do not. So I think, what am I? I'm going to be 153 after this, which is going to be 24 pips. So I don't like having these all locked up here together. But, I mean, I don't think I want to just give him opportunity to prime me like this. So I feel like I have to come out with 2. I feel a little more flexible if I come out to the 15, but I'm giving up valuable contact. I think this is fine. And I can give up the midpoint next and keep focusing on my offense. But again, I'm always like hesitant to leave the 18 and the 20 or the 18 and the 21 together because they just like too many checkers and too much mobility locked up in like a small area. And it's not really creating that much extra contact. With the aces, it created quite a bit of contact. I don't think Ryder's having any fun right now. I wouldn't be. Is this ever a cube? I don't think so. I'm still down in the race, and I still have work to do even if I hit, so. Okay. Our aces play just fine. When we miss, he can, like, a lot of the times just cover this, you know? So, he's not in too big a trouble yet. Just like that. What does he want to do with it? He's going to cover this 6, I think, for sure. That's a way to do it, I guess. I can't imagine why I would rather have the 3 point than the 6, though. Like, I mean, he could just slot the 3 instead. I don't know why he wants to leave the 2 shot. That one I don't understand. Don't think it looks like any more market losey by a long shot after that. My game's still looking good. Very playable, though. I think it's going to be tough for him to get to a position where he's going to have a cube here, even at any sort of trailing score. It's just a lot of contact and a lot of work to do, and not really that much race either. That cleans up nicely and creates a lot of flexibility for him. Pretty solid roll. My best contact looks like it comes from the 18, so I guess if I run out of time somehow, maybe I will want to release the 21. But I think, I don't know, it feels like kind of a close race for whether or not I get a shot before I have to vacate one of these anchors. Tricky. Now he could, like a typical bar point anchor game, lose his market by rolling a set and clearing the mid, I think. But if he does lose his market, it's not going to be by as much because I still have the 21 and there's still clearing work to do. So I don't think that this would be a cube yet, but we'll see. Like even after these twos, this is not good for me. This is a very good roll for him. But I think I would still take it. It still works like, or looks like there's enough work to do here. I don't know. All right, just going to slot points. But if that's a market loser for him, then he's probably right to cube, especially at this score. We'll find out from XG soon enough. Well, you might find out right now. I'll find out later when I make the XG part of this video. Let's see. Okay. All right, clears safely. So now I will be giving up the bar point first. That has been decided. Not with an ace, though. I don't really see a reason to leave a shot. 3-2, I think, would like to bring two checkers in with really great flexibility and get the opportunity to clear, but that means that 6-1 and 6-4 will leave potential shots immediately, so he might be waiting that out a little bit. But I think typically you just want to volunteer, like take the opportunity to clear. 5-2 would have been a safe clearing roll, for example. And now he has to wait it out and still likely risk those shots later anyway. He's holding out for, I guess, double twos, threes, 5s, 6s. Maybe he's also holding out to make it a single shot rather than a double shot. So that could be worth something. Well, this is interesting. I could cover, but I don't think I can afford to let him point on me and leave the anchor. So I think I have to play like this. And now, yeah, if I wait just one roll, he'll be burying checkers and the threat of being attacked is a little bit less. So having to run and play a single anchor or a single checker anchor seems kind of okay now. I hope I don't roll like double 4s or 4-2 or I don't know. 4s are kind of my cracking ones. I would rather have something that runs, I think. I guess like a 3-1, 3-2 would be best rolls for me. For some reason I'm more inclined to put a checker on the deuce and like, yeah, I could run with one and he could want to point on it, but maybe also we wait like 2 rolls and are happy that we got to make the 2 at some point. I don't really know. Probably a little bit better for racing distribution to have a checker spread out there too. I don't know. All right. So I don't have to go. Maybe I'm not supposed to, actually. Yeah, why would I give up the 4-1 and 4s that are bad otherwise? I'll wait a roll. All right. This is why. Well, we can leave the checker there and hope to remake still. Need to hit a shot to win. And I'm hoping to run with 1 now, since the risk of being pointed on is pretty much gone. 5-2 is a nice awkward roll. I think he probably needs to make his big sets work well by pre-clearing there. That would be my idea. 5-4 gets to clear from the rear. It doesn't get to take more checkers off, and it looks like I'm going to get my last chance at 6-1, 5-1, 4-1 this next roll. I will stay for it. Do I want to lift the ace, though, in case I hit? I guess I don't really want that there. Yeah, it would have been nice to have there so I don't have to run with a 5 now in case he can delay like this, but not sure. Those always confuse me. All right, running with the 6 either way. I guess I could just win the race the easy way. Not too likely yet. What do I have? 6 rolls to his Still 5 or 4 rolls, yeah. Need him to find some misses. He has a deuce to play. Maybe taking away the missing 4s is better. What do you really gain? I guess you like lose a little efficiency on 5s. I don't know. That'll be my idea. Makes 4-1 play much better. Okay. Oh, look at that. Rewarded with that roll exactly. I still need 2 to get off. Okay, it's not going to be enough. We're going to have a tie game. All that hard work to get a lead just evaporated. All right, in tournament play at even scores, I like to make the deuce point. For some reason, XG tends to favor that with the 6-4 over the money split. Okay, so against a lot of rolls, I think I'd want to split here. It's a weird like theme that after locking up a 10-pip racing lead, Albert Stegg talked to me about this. Our game plan is still usually race. And so splitting is usually the follow-up even when you make the deuce point. But here in a relatively even race, I think I'm okay to just play 2 down. I think he's just going to want to open up and hit me a little too often if I split there. So I'll go for this. 5 has to enter. And I don't think I want to be hit here, though it's kind of duplicated. I don't see a better deuce was the biggest issue. So I think I will just clean it up for lack of other options. Small advantage for Reiner, it feels like, but I have my anchor slotted, so that's nice. Hoping to come out of this with a 20 point. He cannot accomplish too much with this. Well, he's going to try to run with it. This is interesting. Feels like a few too many shots and like he's not going to get away with it often enough. So yeah, I think just getting a checker to safety and trying to play the race seems pretty good. Ooh. Well, he can never make this, so there's some logic to making the 20 point before he does in a position like this. But I like to have the offensive pressure just to be like attacking when he leaves shots and all these things. If he wants to hit loose on this, you know, I'll have the better board. I see a lot of good reasons to make the offense still. It feels like the offense tends to win out. And when I make the anchor, I'm just kind of accepting a losing 20-point game down in the race and just making sure that I can stay in it and have like good winning chances, but not a favorite. And when I play this way, I can be the favorite a little more quickly, I think. I can be a bigger underdog quickly too. But I think that happens a little less. So I don't know. I'll try making the offense. Confused by that one for sure. So I think after 5-2, I'm pretty happy to have the better board. Feel more ready to attack this checker. Let's do it. Had to pause to make sure I wasn't missing anything else. Sometimes you get hyper-focused on wanting to hit and forget to check that you could make the anchor instead, which would, I think making the anchor would be better than a loose hit at this point. But okay, we got 2 anchors and we got to hit them, so I'm doing okay developing in this game. 4 ace looks uncomfortable. He's going to have to leave a shot somewhere. Not sure if he wants to provoke by entering high. Probably not with the made deuce point. Maybe I come in on the ace then and put the blot in front of the 20-point anchor, 13-9. Make me give up my better anchor if I want to hit it. There's probably some additional 4 duplication. This is often when we have this anchor slotted, we like to put a checker on the 9. Because our 4s can make like this particular split. The 4 either makes the anchor or hits. So it feels like a common theme for that reason for the 13-9. This is a different scenario, but I think it still looks good to me. Okay, so we could switch and do something, or I can make a priming point. Maybe I don't want to let him clean this up by making a point somewhere. So maybe switching's okay. Once I do that, I don't really like having the 7 better than the 8, I don't think. So maybe I just play 9-7 to have another builder. I don't think I need to give up the 8 entirely. I don't know. It feels weird because it leaves 4-3 and 5-2. What is it? The other way, if I switch, it's going to be 4-5 and 3-6. Same number of shots. Yeah, I think I like this configuration a little bit better. 2-3 probably doesn't want the extra blot to deal with right now. Yeah, this, the hard part about making the ace is I have 4 checkers back, and it's a blitzing game plan when I don't have enough material really to follow up on this. I just felt like the tempo was worth something there and is going to force him to do something like this. And I mean, the 3-2 wasn't going to do anything either way. I'm just worried about him like having his whole roll to make the 4, the 3, or the bar point, or some improvement like that. It's pretty big for him, where if he just has to clean this up, he's in a pretty inflexible position for a long time. He's a little more primed this way, so maybe he's like a little afraid to enter deep, but I guess I would make the bar point now if I got the chance. I don't really want to with this roll. I think I'm ready to give up the ace. I think what I want to do is something like this. And if he wants to hit me, great. But I'm running out of space on the front to continue the attack. I need to get some checkers involved in containing and things like that. I have the better board, so it's a nice time to come off. I think my long-term game is going to be this 20 point. If I get stuck on defense. And hopefully something better happens and I get to blitz or attack instead. Yeah, when you're just trying to escape, hopping out here, even though it's a lot of shots, not a bad idea. I have to break a point to hit it. So I think I will hit this way to bring another checker in the zone. Then I might just clean it up. I guess I don't see 4-3 and 5-2. So I had 4 shots to have a little bit more diversification in attacking. My aces aren't that much better anywhere else. But 21-20 is worth a little bit of mobility. I don't know. I think I'll just clean it up. All right. I don't, again, like he's just slightly outboarded with like way less checkers back. So I think he's just stuck playing annoying plays like 13-8. It always feels tempting to go for the tempo and not let me continue my attack. 6-4 still gets there. I think I have to keep attacking. What else would I do with this? I could come around the bend or something. This just feels worth it. If I get a fan out of it, great. If I don't, I don't know. I did give up the outfield. That's kind of a problem. Only 6-4, 6-5, 5-5 reach now. Okay. 5-5 reaches in a very good way too. And so if I pop out with the 21, then 4 is 4-4-4. It looks like a lot of duplication. So I think we'll go with that one. And I am clearly in the lead in this game now. I think. Slightly ahead in the race, much better board. This feels like a cube. You can lose gammons a lot of time here too. But just entering puts a lot of pressure on my position. I still have to get around all these kinds of things. So I don't think I'm too good. All right. 4-way, 5-way. 5s was a pretty good roll. I'm going to go ahead and split. He gets a point, hoping to follow up with a 6 to neutralize that. Oh, I make them both too. Nice small advantage for me to begin with. He's under a lot of pressure to split his back checkers and get an advanced anchor as well now. Yep, and I think we prefer to leave it back on the 24. So I like his ace as well, just slot a point. I have to leave a shot somewhere, so I guess we might as well hit twice even against the better board. And I can follow up with a lot of just blitzing and racing from here. I think I'm going to cover and make the 3, right? I guess I don't have to. What would I do? Make the 7 twice? That'll be the safe, quiet play. And it leaves a blot behind. I mean, it's tempting to make the 15 and the 7 and only leave aces. I don't think I really want to leave shots right now. But so like the natural feeling thing is this. And now if he anchors, I'm just kind of stripped and I have a lot of work to do is the problem, I guess. So do I really make my way towards an efficient cube more often by doing this? Because I think I do still want to try to claim this game eventually. Could be better to just do this. That looks very flexible. He could make an anchor, then we just have a close game for a long time. Doesn't usually. I'm poised to build very well from there. This looks more pure, you know? I mean, we do have like some sort of hybrid-y kind of plays like this where I'm just trying to break contact and race. 27 pips, that could be the idea too. I really don't mind that. But I give him free reign to just start piling checkers down on the in the outfield and building a board and making contact really good for him. So it's actually kind of nice for now, I think, to have the 18. So let's look at the blitz once more and think about how I'm going to follow up on this. He could fan, that'd be great. If he makes the anchor, it's not too bad. So I'm going to have to come off it. If he makes an advanced anchor, I guess I'm not too sad. I think it looks ugly, but I feel like this is probably the right idea. And on a fan, I think I should have a relatively potent cube at 4-away. Gammons are like worth a little more. But I don't know. This is a little hairy. There's some work to do, and he's got a point, you know. I do have 11 checkers in the zone and an advanced anchor, though. So when this works, I should win a lot of gammons. I guess I should just win a lot of races, too. I don't know. This is a confusing position. I'm glad I played it the way I did because it seems like it's a little more confusing to Reiner that way, too. All right, 3-away, 5-away. I don't get to use the cube as much anymore. I got to get in a better position than last game for sure, I think. I would expect anyway. Okay, the attack is on. Maybe this game will just be over quickly. Oh, that's a good saving roll. I could step into it. I don't think I want to encourage him to attack, but it's only 8 in the zone right now. So it's tempting. Yeah, I think we'll just sit back here and play a little safe. I could have made the 3-point there to unstack the better point, but I think the 5 points were enough that I'll go this way. Glad I didn't step up into being hit twice here. Could have switched twice too. I'm not sure what I'll do with this. Maybe switching 2 to ace has some merit here. He also could just play up to the 22. Yeah, I don't think he can afford to leave the free shot on the 5, so I don't think so. Maybe this and splitting makes the most sense. I don't know. Feels relatively weak, though. It's not a great double aces. Yeah, this feels weird, too. It's very hard for it to be right to give up the best, like the golden point, the 5-point for the 3-point here when, like, your follow-up for the blitz isn't that strong. If you had 12 checkers in the zone, something like that makes a ton of sense. But he still only has the opening 8. Yeah, this, I think, is what I would end up with as well. Decent diversification for me in a lot of ways, though. I need an anchor after that for sure. And then I don't think I want to leave piles of fly shots. The race is kind of close, so I guess I'll just clean up. Feels a little stiff, though. I'm going to need a little bit of luck to make some more points. Or maybe he'll anchor up and I'll be able to play behind and I'll just kind of be happy with a game like that. I think he needs to anchor against 10 in the zone, but making the 8 points worth quite a bit here, too. And it really is not pleasant for him to have no outfield presence in this game. Well, I can stack up the 8 or I can play 2 off the 6. I like the look of future building of this a little bit better. I still have enough checkers to fill in the 4, so I haven't really lost an important builder here. I think I'll try this. I don't know. I'm confused by that. I don't see it being his plan to just like run and leave shots anyway. So, I mean, of course this can happen, but there's not a lot I can do about that either way. Maybe I'm happier with my play after a roll like this anyway, too. Okay, I still should have pretty good contact here, even though I would rather that this was on the 16 side, 6-away point. But I think he's still got a lot of work to do to bring this racing lead home against my anchor. Still has this gap in the 4 to fill in. It's going to need a little bit of luck to unpile the midpoint safely, too. I wouldn't think there's any cube or market loss here yet. And again, too, like if you've been through my book, you know, there's not a lot of score adjustment to a holding game position like this because the gammon value isn't changing too much. My take point plays a little bit more normal there. I'm kind of happy to just sit on it and try to win 2 points and get to the Crawford game. 5-4 an awkward roll. Maybe I'd just give up the 10, but maybe you really need that and slotting's okay. I don't know. All right. I am not going to have enough room to stay back, so we're going to do that. And we have a slightly advanced bar point holding game now. My winning chances should be really good here. Kind of anyone's game. So I have to risk like a 6-1 or a 5-1 to just make the better board right now. I could play this way and then I don't have to do that. That seems fine. Let's do it like that, I guess. I just really want to fill in that gap because, I mean, that can take a roll or two to do. But of course, like now that I've done that, just unloading the midpoint feels fine too. But often it's just right to do that and keep the flexibility and make sure there's no annoying rolls. So I think I will do that here. No need to go make the ace point in a position like this. All right, he can clear a lot of contact if he wants by playing to the 9, but he's not really clearly ahead in the race anymore. So I don't think he wants to do that, except that he doesn't have 2s anywhere else. So what else can he do? He must have to play at least 2 of them from there, right? Yeah, I mean, you saw the first 2 on the board there. So maybe after the 2 crossovers, just working on the board works. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Seems like a good balance of contact and flexibility and improving a board and all those things. Six floor. Now he wants to clear from the 11. That's enough. Like, it's not a huge racing lead, but it is a clear one. He is definitely ahead in the race after this play. And so he wishes to not have contact and to just play with that small advantage. And I want to stay. Not that I would be able to leave a shot with an ace anyway. It's getting where I have like a slightly better board, so I could think about it. But yeah, I'm hoping that I will be able to time up staying there long enough for a shot if I can, and or double 4s, and I'll just go and have the racing lead myself. 10 pips, even after his worst roll, I don't think is enough for a cube, but I'm not too far off. 3 away, 5 away. So I'm kind of hoping that if I cube him, that it's in a range where he passes. I don't want him to have recube vig because my take point on the recube is like much elevated, so it'll be a very potent weapon. So I have to be a little more careful. So like a sequence like this. Okay, never mind. 3 pips. I don't think... Is he wasting a little more than me? Yeah. -5 is 37, and then divided by 7 is like 5, 6 pip point of last take. Yeah, I don't think this is it. It's a good response. My 6s were very scary, and then the 5s kept him in it. 4s are going to give him the lead now? I think he has the lead. It's not a big one if he does, though. The open 5 and 4 is a big problem. Extra spare on the deuce, too. So anyone's game, it feels like. Ooh, that's a big miss. All right, so I have 4 rolls and he has 5, but I can miss, so. Okay, I cannot miss. That feels like it's often going to be enough for a cube. So if I miss, if I roll a 3 here, then I have 3 rolls, and then he rolls and he has 3 rolls, and I'm still on lead roll. Yeah, this must be a cube then, right? I'm already a roll ahead of him. It's weird sometimes my mind just plays tricks on me with that, and I have to like double check myself. But this feels like it should be a pretty strong cube. It's like worst case of 4 roll, but it should be a little better than a 4 roll for me. And 4 rolls aren't that big of passes to begin with. So, I mean, it's possible that it's still takeable. I don't know. I guess he's got something to think about. I have no idea how I'd figure that out. Having the extra checker on the 3 is not great because some of his sets don't work as well. Like he's set up where I guess 2s should gain a roll still. Aces still probably gain a roll. So his sets like kind of work. So maybe that's not too, maybe his configuration actually does have most of the doubles working for him. Which is the big, as the trailer, you're really worried about whether or not you can catch up with all of your sets or not, you know? Well, I've been giving him tough cube decisions. That's fun. so his EPC should be at least 29. I don't think I can be possibly wasting enough to be in that same ballpark. What would I guess my net? I don't even know. Okay, on to 2-way, 5-way. Lets that one go. Seems okay. So I think at 4-way, 2-way, I think that's good enough for a cube. It's probably pretty close. But 5-way, 2-way is quite a bit different. You have to be a lot less aggressive. All right. Yeah, after I waste or spend all these pips advancing, I think it's very good of him to try to play a priming game in slot and refuse to touch the back checkers. I need the 5-point, and then do I want to split now that I'm like out of time for this? I can still get primed very easily, so it feels like a good time for that. But this is just such a hard priming point to pass up. But I'm ahead in the race, so I don't really want to play a priming game anyway. I don't know. I have 10 in the zone, so he can't split. This feels really strong. I'm not really worried about him making the bar point and the 5-point here. So I don't know if the 22 split is enough to compensate for how much I get out of making the 7. I think I'm going to do that. That feels confusing in a way, though. Just because I rolled the double 5s and I'm going to run out of time quickly. So there is some urgency around splitting. Yeah, I don't think he has the same urgency around splitting, though. So if I'm him, I'm just playing down here. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to make the bar point, which usually I'm not going to do anything to distract from that. So the ace is splitting for sure. Would I rather be hit? I don't know. It's a valuable point to make the 8. But I might need the time to not like spend my last spare there. I don't know. I think I'm going to make the offense, but I'm really... That feels very confusing too. Jumping out to the bar point could be a lot better. 3-5. I don't know what that wants to do. It was going to hit, so I feel like I've gained something here. He's just going to try to run. So I don't know why you want to run when you're down in the race, though. So I really doubt that this can be the preferred play. What else? I mean, even just like shuffling checkers around in the outfield there, like preparing to make the bar point again, I think all that seems fine too. But okay. 6-2 doesn't quite reach anything. But this feels like the kind of position where all my checkers on the front position are where I want them to be. And I just want all my back checkers catching up. So I don't care how many shots it is. I'm going to try to get them out there. And sometimes I'll be missed and I'll be nice. Usually I'll be a hit and I'll just try again. But having maintained my structure while I do so. I guess he can think about a cube here. I'm just like so not used to it here. I feel like I have plenty of game. I guess I'm probably not winning, am I? Since he's almost always going to have 2 back to my 1 back. Or he only has 1 back. I don't know. You know what I mean. I will have 2 of my checkers behind his back checkers, and he will have 1 back checker. And that is an advantage for him. And he has a slightly better board, but my priming structure, so good. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I could just be winning this game. I don't really know. So this looks like it links up and hits. And yeah, see, like I kind of feel like I'm still taking from here because he's got a decent amount of work to hop my prime. But maybe if I fan, I can't or something. I don't know. Ooh, what do I want to do here? Give up the midpoint? I'm not going to give up any of these other points. I could slot 6-2, and I don't really care if he steps up with an ace. That's a fine place for it. But I don't really want the responsibility of covering later. So maybe it's better. But this I really do mind if he hits with the ace, and it's going to allow him to spread out to make the priming point very easily. So it's a problem. I guess a lot of the aces make the bar point. Do they? Maybe they don't. I think I'm just going to play like that. I guess he doesn't escape when he hits with it or something. I don't know. I really don't know. 1-2 is a particularly good one. This is an interesting way for this to shake out. I was not planning on playing against in a 21-point anchor game. And maybe he has enough material where it's worth just hitting. I don't think he wants to just run off this early, though. Like, it just opens up a whole... Like, the race is pretty even. So, like, that makes it so I can just... If I point on him, if I hit in the outfield or something, all of a sudden I can be, like, a huge favorite. Where if he does this and he gets hit, he still has an anchor game, you know, a ton of play in it. He can still win the race later. Like, I don't think there's any urgency to coming off the anchor. I actually like the attack. I think probably at this score when gammons are one way and things like that, like, I don't know why he wants to give me my full roll. You like to give people their whole roll when you want them to crack because it's a priming position, which he doesn't really have. I think it's turned into more of a nice attack at this point. 10 in the zone is good enough, I think. Yeah, I don't think I like any other play at a normal score either. So then at this score, I probably like hitting even more. I don't know. I guess it's one less blot this way. It's an argument you can make. Not a lot to do but that, and that's a nice blocking point. But I am disconnected from my back checkers, so I got work to do. 6-4. Not a good roll for him. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like out of other options now. The only safe-ish play is to play down to the 9 and 10-4, and the distribution just looks so bad. 1-2 or 5-2, 1-6, 2-6. Not so much. Okay, that's pretty huge getting to do that. And then I don't think I can leave the checker in front. I think I really need to do this too, so I think it's going to be worth just breaking the point behind. And if he wants to run now and take this advantage or opportunity to do that, then okay, I guess. I don't think I'm giving him too much of an opportunity here. And I don't think he gains enough to run either. So I think he kind of has to sit on it and play the mutual holding game with the better anchor right now. So yeah, I don't think I'm really giving up much by breaking that point behind there, because I don't think it's almost ever going to be worth it to run with just a single 5. Maybe like a 6-5 or something. I'm going to need to run first, but now is not the roll. And actually, that looks pretty good. I think I have pretty good flexibility from here. I don't think I'm like too devastated if I give up double 3s. I'm going to have trouble hanging on to everything. I think I just need a board ready for when I'm forced to run. I think that's what I'm trying to prepare toward. I will be trying to delay for a roll, I do believe, after that. Not a great place for that, but what can you do? 4-3. I don't even know if the fly shots are worth it, really. Could just clear the 8. But this seems fine. This seems like the intuitive and natural play to make. Okay. That's a huge roll for me. Now, do I need to keep advancing, or do I want to start to like try to clear contact? He could roll double 6s to get back into this still, so it's nice to have those blocked. But I have this liability of clearing the 10 later. And if I don't move, he still really needs to clean up this blot. So I can just have outfield control next roll. So why would I do this instead? Because he could roll double 6s or double 5s. Keep contact for those. Is that even a good thing when I'm this far ahead in the race? I don't know. On the 6s, yeah. This is tricky. Okay, but how much... I mean, the other issue with it is that I don't know how much flexibility it gains me, because I'm going to have to come out here, leave a whole bunch of indirects and things like that along the way. Or he might be able to roll a 6-5 at some point and post out there. Yeah, I think I should just keep everything working together, but I don't know. That's a difficult one for me. I, of course, can never requeue, but I'm in good shape to win the match on this game, or, you know, not risk much when I don't. Now I think I'm happy to clear it. Yeah, this looks good. So this is that kind of sequence where I guess, like, if I was still back somehow, like a 6-5 could be coming out here and giving me trouble. I don't know. 5-2. Fives are not great for clearing that point, so I think I'm just playing behind. All right, still a small lead. 5-1. That particular kind of 6 is pretty good. 6-4 and 5-5 hit. That's it. I survived. 6-5. Gain a little bit in the race too. I am odd on the outside here. Well, if I don't hit, it is 63 to 75, which is quite a bit. Usually he'll roll 8 pips, we'll say, and get down to... Wait, sorry. So 62 is 12. 8 is like a 4 pip lead. And so I'm probably in like the 60s. And so I pretty much just win if I make the point on his head. I don't gain from gammons. How many gammons do I lose? Pretty much none. And the thing about this too is that if he hits with the ace, he hasn't escaped yet. So I can still win, even when I get hit here, I think. And it's just such an easy ride. But I can also hit him and then not cover with a 2 or a 7. I think this is worth it, though. I think it just wins too much more. We'll see. With the closeout already, too, like it's not like I'm going to come in behind a prime and shake more loose and lose a gammon that way. So I think that's a little bit mitigated risk as well. There we go. Now I just need to pop in with the 6. Gosh, if it's a 6-2, though, it's going to be awful tempting. I don't know if I can avoid trying to win. That's how I lose the gammon, is I get tempted into plays like that. Okay, I'm covering the outfield well. He's broken other points, and now I'm super happy to hit with the deuce. I do believe. Should be... I guess I'll just do the ace there, though. And then the 4 would give up 6-4, 6-5 with no single shot. Or I can play in here and give up 6-1 and otherwise get a single shot on the 6-4 and 6-5. And still get a double shot on what? 6 what? I don't know. This feels like the right idea. More numbers to hit when you get stuck back there, too. 1, and I guess that brings a cover in. I don't have any immediate returns on 6-1. Oh, that's weird. Well, I got some checkers off. Ooh. I have the better board, so I have to do stuff like that. That's a fun sequence. 1s and 2s to cover? No? Okay. We get a weird ending here. I think I should... I don't know if I want all these checkers back, but I have the better board, and just preventing like coming in and anchoring seems like the right idea, but maybe I should be thinking about that harder. 5 in for sure, and then 6 out covers the most. I guess double 6s, I'm still going to have a ton of contact. Yeah, so I want to make sure that when he runs the outfield, I get a double shot. I'm not exactly going to get a double shot on that one. Oh, I'm not even going to get any, just the direct ace. Okay. I think he's probably right to not step into it like that. I think I'm still happy to hit with the better board. Ooh, does he want to step up and make the anchor? I will hit with aces otherwise, so I think it's good to get out of the way of that. It should still be quite difficult for him to make his way around here. Do I want to do this? What if he rolls like a 6-3, 5-4? I want a double shot. 6-3. Yeah, I think I should do this. Good thing I found that. 5-2, 6, 6-5-2, 7s, 10s, probably covered. Yeah, probably just trying to get one to safety makes a little more sense. He's got to do the math, though. 3 hits, 6 around. Still just trying to contain these guys. I think I want to, but I guess I don't actually know. He doesn't have any off, and he has 2 back. Like, I don't actually have to hit this to win this game. 6s gets hit, but sure does seem easier. So we'll try. I don't know. 4 to cover. Hooray. I'm tempted to slot. I don't want to deal with an open ace point for the whole game. It's probably like easier. Yeah, we'll do that. And like a 3-2, I could even play off of here. I really don't mind rolling some sort of 5 to clear there. Okay. This should work out. Maybe I overplayed some of that. I don't know. But it felt reasonable. 2 up. I think we can start clearing. Okay, we're going to leave a shot. It's never easy. I'm going to keep it interesting somehow. Is this interesting? There's some race here. You can bring either to safety. I've got a bunch of checkers off, so I think he just wants contact. Oops, sorry about that. Smacked my mic. Maybe keeping them both out there makes some sense. I don't know. Maybe staying back is... Jeez, I wouldn't know what to do with this. All right, I'll go ahead and hit. I don't think I just want to get by. Like, if I can put checkers in the air, that's also good. It's going to help me win the game more easily. 5, 4, 6, 3, 6, 4. Is there any way to reduce this? 5, 3, 6, 2, 6, 3. And if I go to here, 5, 2, 6, 1, 6, 2. So what do I want? This on a 5, 6. And my sets seem to work. Yeah, I think I want to stay back because, well, I might not get in next time, but I think I can make some numbers work better that way. So we'll do it like that. It's possible that I should just even out there, but this is probably fine too. All right. I think I'm 4-0. I wish there was a prize for winning this or something. It's a good start. Well, it was a good match by Reiner. It'll be exciting to see the PRs afterward. We had some interesting decisions in there, some tough ones. So I don't know what I really expect with, it certainly didn't seem like a simple match, and there were a lot of decisions in it. So look at that. Nice and even right around that 4.5. We'll see what XG thinks of it afterward, but well played match. That's nice to see. Thank you all for watching. Glad to be 4-0 in this competition. I don't know who I'll get to play next, but stay tuned and make sure you're checking out all those other channels too. There's a whole bunch of matches from this tournament going on all the time. Dirk's played a bunch. Reiner, of course, on his channel. You see me play John and, oh man, Paris Fido. I always forget his James. There we go. I played him. Those two. Who was my third one? Oh, yeah. Giovanni? The Italian guy. I think so. Something very Italian like that. But yeah. More matches to come. So stay tuned. Watch out for the WBIF individual championship. Sign up and play that too. You should get in there. It's like €50 and a €10 like membership fee or something like that. And you get to play at least 5 matches. It's super fun. Like a lot of good players in there. So I would definitely recommend giving that a try. But thanks for tuning in. I'll see everyone soon.